Welcome to the setup and operation guide for the sealed air range of fast tent inflatable buildings. Team brief. Before you start, make sure that the setup team understand the installation process and correct manual handling techniques. Labor. The number of people needed to set up a fast tent will depend on the size of the module and the number of modules to be set up. Location. Choose a setup location away from overhead power lines, trees, and sharp obstacles. Unload. Unload on a pallet or lift with transport bag straps. Never use a knife to remove packaging. Unpack. Each fast tent module includes transport and storage bag, inflation fan, anchor ropes, anchor stakes, and repair kit. Power supply. A constant connection to a power source is required. This enables air pressure monitoring and automatic air top-up. Unroll and unfold. Unbuckle the transport bag and unroll the fast tent module. Unfold each side until the building is fully laid out on the ground. Webbing straps. Webbing straps hold the side walls in position during inflation. Once the fast tent is anchored and joined to other modules, the webbing straps may be disconnected. Inflation points. A sealed air fast tent module has 2 inflation points. These can be accessed from outside or inside the building. Each inflation point has 2 inflation valves and an overpressure release. Connect fan. Screw the filler pipe into the fan. Then connect the twist and lock connector to an inflation point on the building. The center stem of the inflation valve should be in the popped up position. Twist clockwise to lock the filler pipe into place. Connect air pressure monitor. Push one end of the pressure sense tube into the fan. Then connect the twist and lock connectors on the pressure sense tube to an inflation point. Twist clockwise to lock into place. Inflate. Turn on the fan. Then press the auto cycle button. After a pause, the fan will start to inflate the building. Once the correct pressure is achieved, the fan will turn off automatically. It will turn on again if it detects a drop in pressure. Assisting inflation. After a few minutes, if the fast tent does not inflate, check that the center stem of any unused inflation valves are in the popped up position. To assist inflation, a small vertical force can be applied in the middle of the roof. Moving. A fast tent building can be moved whilst inflated. Grab handles are located along the bottom of the building. Fast tent can also be lifted using the ground anchor points. Following correct manual handling techniques, lift each corner of the building. Doors and windows. Doors are secured with Velcro. To open, roll up and tie with strapping and cam buckle. Windows have 3 parts: an outer blind, a clear PVC window, and a fixed mesh screen. The blind and window can be opened by rolling from the outside. Ducting points. 2 pass-through points for ducting are provided in each end wall. Open the cover flap and secure the collar around the ducting using the strapping and buckle. Wind. Only set up your fast tent when the wind speed is less than 20 miles per hour. Once set up and anchored, your fast tent can be used in wind up to 40 miles per hour. In gale force winds above 40 miles per hour, fast tent should be temporarily deflated. Temporary anchors. Before inflation, temporarily anchor the windward side of the fast tent using loosely tied anchor ropes. Always check for the location of underground services before driving anchor stakes. Final anchoring. Ground level anchors must always be used. Mid-level and high-level anchor points provide additional stability and should be used when fitted. Use the long metal stakes for the ground level anchors and the shorter stakes for the mid-level and high-level anchor points. Hard standing. On hard standing, sandbags, concrete blocks, or water may be used as ballast or kimblage. Snow. Airfill points can be accessed from inside or outside the building. If heavy snowfall is expected, move the inflation fan inside to keep the fan and filler pipe clear of accumulated snow. Anchor point colors. All components needed to connect fast tents together are permanently fixed to each module. Anchor point areas are colored red on one side and green on the opposite side. As you unroll each fast tent, ensure the anchor point colors are aligned with the tent to which you want to join to. If you need to turn the tent, this is easiest when it is still rolled. Removing end walls. Each fast tent module is supplied with two end walls, which are connected to the building with Velcro. Walls can be removed between connected modules whilst the fast tent building is inflated or deflated. Inflate and align. Inflate and position the fast tent so that the ends of the buildings to be joined or touching. Deflate both the modules. Try to ensure that as the fast tent modules deflate, they remain close together. Dutch lacing. Fast tent modules are connected with a rope and eyelet system known as Dutch lacing. Work as a team of 2 people. Pull the tents together and thread the rope loops through the eyelets. At the end of each Dutch lacing section, tie the last loop to prevent it from unbinding. Rain flap. A rain flap covers the join between fast tent modules. Once the Dutch lacing is completed, pull the rain flap across the join between the buildings and temporarily secure with the pre-attached squares of Velcro. Unused rain flaps can be rolled back and tied. After inflation, tension the rain flap using the webbing and cam buckle. Final inflation. Once the Dutch lacing and rain flap is secured, simultaneously turn on the fan for each module. Check that the walls of each fast tent module are aligned. Adjust position if necessary and anchor. Deflate. Reattach the webbing straps across the base of the fast tent and switch off the inflation fan. Remove the filler pipe and push in the center stem of the inflation valve, turning at 90 degrees to lock into the depressed position. Leave for 10 minutes to allow all the air to escape from the structure. Fan-assisted deflation. The fan can also be used to remove air from a fast tent building. Connect the filler pipe to the position marked in on the fan and to the inflation valve on the tent. Ensure the center stem of the inflation valve is in the depressed position. Turn on the fan until all the air has been removed. Remove anchor stakes. Once deflated, untie the anchor ropes and remove the stakes from the ground. Fold. With the fast tent fully deflated, fold the walls into the middle so that only the base of the building is in contact with the ground. Folding into thirds along the length of the module will result in the tent being the required width for the transport bag. Roll. Roll the fast tent building as tightly as possible using 1 or more persons to compress the material. Tie a rope or ratchet strap around the rolled fast tent. Roll the bundle into the center of the transport and storage bag and secure the strapping. That concludes the setup guide. If you are in any doubt about the installation process for fast tent inflatable buildings, contact your local supplier or get in touch at nordair.com.